Here at TFL, we make you a promise. You saw it here first. And right here, right now, I have the redesigned 2024 Chevy Silverado 2500 heavy duty with a big V8 turbo diesel, the Duramax. And they gave it more power and more torque, but did they give it better efficiency? So let's find out using this 100-mile approximately combined city and lots of highway loop. As always, TFL runs on Sinclair fuels. Why do we do this? Well, they have fuel additives to make your fuel system as clean as possible. And also DynoPay app, which you can load up on your mobile device, your phone, or a smart device, and it will tell you all the nearby stations. It'll tell you all the pricing so you can pick the best one, and also save you money per gallon. So that's pretty cool. You can check it out using the link below. So I'm gonna fill up here right now and top off, and I'm gonna do my 100-mile loop, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what it gets in the real world with a bit of wind. So as always, sorry, the wind gust just came on. I'm gonna wait 30 seconds and top off, and I'm gonna come to the exact same pump and show you the ultimate result. All right. Perfect, it's full. All right, I'm gonna get on the highway. As you can probably tell, look at this. This is the new High Country with the new interior. Sorry for my mess over here. But this is kind of the top of the line, new heavy duty truck for Chevrolet. Of course, they've had High Country models before. You may have seen, oh, there it is. It's that blue truck that was just behind me, filling up. I'm gonna start up the engine. And I want to show you that I'm resetting my trip meter. So right here, reset. And of course, I'm not just using the trip meter, I'm also gonna use the pump to verify the efficiency. Here you go, it's reset. I'm ready to start moving. And as I get on the highway, I'll let you know some of the other specs on this truck. And of course, heavy duty trucks are not rated on fuel efficiency, and which is why we do real world testing to let you know what to expect in the real world from one of these puppies. All right, so I did a little bit of side highway driving, and now I'm getting onto I-25 interstate, and so now I'll be able to drive more at a steady speed and also highway speed, so you can get the exact impression of how this truck is behaving and performing in the real world. All right, so let me wait for the light to change, and then I'll tell you more about this truck. So I'm driving this normally. I'm not racing and I'm not hypermiling. I'm in normal mode. And there's no eco mode, no sport mode. This particular truck, like I said, it's a crew cab, High Country, the most luxurious one you can get. And it does have a Z71 off-road package, so it actually rides quite nice. The suspension is nice and comfy, but it doesn't have a sport mode, it doesn't have an eco mode. Very simple, 2 drive modes and a tow haul mode. And this truck can haul and tow a lot, but that's a whole different video. I already did a night gauntlet with Mr. Truck, so that's a separate video. You could find it at oldtfl.com. But let me set my cruise control. There it is. This is a 65 mile per hour section. It is a bit windy today, so if you're hearing some wind, that's why. But overall, you know, this truck is pretty quiet. Let me try to measure it. So even with the wind gusts, it's 67 decibels. So that's pretty quiet. So what did I do with this engine? Why am I doing this test? Well, this is a 2024, like I said, and it's available on sale already. And they massaged the engine because it used to produce 445 horsepower and 910 pound-feet of torque. But they worked with the turbocharger, they worked with the fuel system, some other items inside the engine, and they got the power higher, 470 horsepower now, and 975 pound-feet of torque. So that's that's pretty good numbers on paper, but not class-leading numbers on paper. And unfortunately, I don't have a Power Stroke here or a Cummins next to me. Those comparisons will come a little bit later. But it does have that 10-speed Allison-branded transmission, which has a lot of ratios, obviously 10 speeds. The rear end in this truck is a 342. And overall, it should be a relatively efficient setup. I have a lot of experience with Duramaxes. I used to own one. I used to own the first gen, a Duramax pickup. Mine was a 2002. I also drove the predecessor to this, the 2020 Silverado Heavy Duty, from Oregon to Denver, about 1,000 miles. So I have a lot of seat time in these trucks. And they're just super comfortable trucks to drive, especially long distance. Even towing, this type of truck is capable of up to 19,000 pounds or so of towing capacity, and this truck has almost 3,000 pounds of payload capacity. So super capable and also fairly comfortable to drive. All right, so let me get to my turnaround point, and I'll let you know a little bit more about the efficiency I'm getting, and then head back to the fuel stop to actually get the final number. All right, so I went about 35 miles. This is my turnaround place. Take a look. My trip meter is saying 19.0, which is for real world conditions with wind. So far, I'm relatively impressed. If I could get up to 20, that would be excellent in this condition, but we'll have to wait and see. So now I just need to get back. I want to talk about total driving range, right? Because when you're driving on a highway like this, you want to know how far can I go on one tank. Well, this truck, just like the previous generation, has a 36-gallon tank for the diesel. And, well, it's not the largest tank in the segment, and it's also not the smallest tank. So, some of the Ford trucks, Ford Super Duties, have larger tanks, and the Ram heavy-duty trucks have slightly smaller tanks. So it's important, if this Duramax can get a really great result on efficiency, you could stretch out those 36 gallons and maybe go 500, 600 miles if you're not towing. If you're towing, of course, everything changes. It depends on your trailer, what type of trailer you have, how big and tall it is, and how fast you're driving. Many factors. But so far, this drive has been very easy, and I've been able to maintain mostly highway speeds. There was a little traffic jam at one point, but most of it was traffic free. Now you probably are wondering, well, how does this compare against Ram and Ford as far as engine options and also efficiency? Well, a couple of years ago we did test the big three, the Power Stroke V8 from Ford and the Cummins from Ram, on towing efficiency, and actually back then Ford won by a considerable margin when towing. So the towing fuel efficiency was best on the Power Stroke. This is why I'm testing this truck also, because I want to see the General Motors improve efficiency, because they worked on the fuel system and the injectors very, very carefully. So I think they had an eye for the efficiency as well. So we'll find out what this first test gives us. All right, I did it. I am back to the Sinclair station where I left earlier. And I'm sorry, in the very beginning I said that I'm doing a 100-mile loop, but I was thinking about something else. This is actually a 71-mile loop, but still a considerable distance. And my average speed was 39.4 miles. Let me show you. The truck is saying 18.4 MPG, 70.7 miles, and 39.3 was my average speed. So it wasn't all highway speed, as you can tell. It was also some city and some side highways as well. So let me top off and I'll give you the final calculation. All right, 30 seconds have gone by. I'm gonna top off. Okay, and the final number is 3.9. All right, so as you saw there, I went about 70.7 miles, and the fuel I used according to the pump is 3.91 gallons. And when I do the calculation, it rounds out to 18.1 versus 18.4 that the truck said. So actually the truck is close to what the pump is saying. I'm pretty happy about that. And also, I think under the conditions of today, which was very windy on the highway, I think it's a highly respectable number. Let me know what you think. Did you expect something better from this big new Chevy Silverado heavy duty, or is this what you were expecting? Let me know, and check us out at alltfl.com. Everything automotive in one place. Thank you.